In this video tutorial, I am going to discuss about omega oxidation of fatty acids. This is one of the minor pathway for oxidation of fatty acids. This is in contrast to beta oxidation, which is the major pathway. Now, omega oxidation preferentially acts on medium chain fatty acids, which are 10 to 12 carbons long. And this pathway occurs in the endoplasmic reticulum. Now, some books mention that omega oxidation occurs in microsomes. But there is an important difference between a microsome and the endoplasmic reticulum. The endoplasmic reticulum is real, living cell organelle. Microsomes, on the other hand, are tiny, artificial vesicles formed from the broken pieces of endoplasmic reticulum during laboratory tissue processing. So, microsomes are not found in normal, healthy living cells. They are just laboratory artifacts of the endoplasmic reticulum. This means the more accurate location to remember is the endoplasmic reticulum, not microsomes. Now let's see how omega oxidation of fatty acid actually occurs. Let's start by drawing a general structure of fatty acid. At one end, there is a methyl group, then multiple CH2 groups, which I represent here as CH2N, and at the other end, there is a carboxylic group, that is COO-. This carboxylic end is called the delta end, and the opposite end, the methyl group end, is called the omega end. As the name suggests, in omega oxidation, this omega carbon is the one that gets oxidized. So how does this oxidation occur? The first step is the hydroxylation of the omega carbon. This methyl group now gains an OH group, so it becomes CH2OH, and the remaining structure remains unchanged. So let's write it down. This hydroxylation reaction requires cytochrome P450, and cytochrome P450 further utilizes NADPH and molecular oxygen. Now next, this hydroxylated fatty acid undergo further oxidation, which requires NAD+. By this oxidation step, this CH2OH gets converted to carboxylic group, that is COO-, and remaining structure remains unchanged, so let's write it down. Now, what is this resulting compound called? Notice carefully. There is a carboxylic group at both ends. So this compound is called a dicarboxylic acid. It is also known as double-headed fatty acid because it contains two carboxylic groups, which can be schematically represented as a two polar head. Now next, this dicarboxylic acid undergoes activation. Recall that activation involves the binding of coenzyme A to the carboxylic group. Now since this compound has two carboxylic groups, which one binds with coenzyme A? Interestingly, coenzyme A binds randomly at any one of these two carboxylic groups. Once activation occurs, this activated compound can now easily enter beta oxidation and gets completely oxidized. This is how omega oxidation of fatty acid occurs, working alongside beta oxidation to complete the breakdown. Now, as mentioned earlier, beta oxidation is the major pathway for fatty acid oxidation. But what happens if beta oxidation becomes defective? When beta oxidation is defective, more fatty acids become available for omega oxidation because they are not being consumed by the major beta oxidation pathway. As a result, the omega oxidation pathway becomes more active, producing more dicarboxylic acid. Now, this dicarboxylic acid cannot undergo further beta oxidation because beta oxidation itself is defective. So, this dicarboxylic acid accumulates and eventually gets excreted into the urine, and this condition is called dicarboxylic aciduria. So, to summarize, omega oxidation is a minor pathway that hydroxylates and oxidizes the omega carbon of medium chain fatty acids in the endoplasmic reticulum, eventually forming dicarboxylic acids. Under normal conditions, this pathway plays a small supporting role, but when beta oxidation fails, it becomes a clinically important backup pathway, and its product, dicarboxylic acid, becomes a diagnostic marker in the urine. So, that's all about omega oxidation of fatty acids. I hope that all the concepts are clear. If you have any query or confusion, please write it down in the comment section below. Thank you.